we're not dating.
You psycho.
We're not dating.
We're not psych.
And then blocks you on everything.
Right. I asked our audience, I was like, what do you guys want us to talk about? What are your ideas? Like, what do you want? We want to provide and give to you. And someone was like, okay, I want to know how you can turn a fuckboy into a boyfriend.
You can.
And I was like, okay. Like, that seems like you're maybe a sad girl who needs a little guidance.
What the fuck did they say?
Well, first I wanted to ask you if you had ever attempted or done that.
No.
She's disappointed.
Okay. No, like I have said in the past, I don't think that the majority of the guys that I've dated are fuckboys. I think I am attracted to emotionally unavailable people because I am. So,
and that doesn't make someone a fuckboy. I think a fuckboy is someone who wants to date a lot of people, not someone who is just necessarily someone emotionally who's like unavailable, benching
you, even like, you know, so that he has options and he doesn't actually care about you.
Fuckboy's like the guy who's like, like we can text every day and like let's go out to dinner and like you can come to my formal and like, oh yeah, this is my mom, but we're not dating. You psycho.
We're not dating.
We're not psych.
And then blocks you on everything.
Right. Or he's like, that's a fuckboy. Yeah. He's the one who's like, no, like, you should come overnight. And then he's like texting your roommate. That's a fuckboy.
It's so silly that the label is what, you know, freaks out men. Because if you just didn't say anything, like, you're actually still... like, you're a couple.
That's the thing. I think a lot of fuckboys would date you if you just didn't tell them what you were doing.
Yeah, like, because it scares them. It freaks them out. And they don't, I think, even realize what's happening.
Yeah. You can, like, lure them into your little trap.
She's, like, obsessed with me.
Right. Well, so I asked our audience, and 65% of people said, yes, you can turn a fuckboy into a boyfriend. And I was like...
the taming of the fuckboy.
I was like, you can, but, like, do you want to?
Yeah. It sounds like it's a lot of, like, emotional... energy that, or
like personal sacrificing, which I don't want to do. Like a lot of so like I've played the long con with guys.
you have.
And I used to get like a sick pleasure out of it because for me it was like exerting my power over someone and like
winning.
There's one guy in particular who like I didn't care about, but it was really important to me that I was able to prove to myself that I was desirable via landing this fuckboy.
I think that's a big thing that a lot of people can relate to.
Yeah, and like it's not something I would recommend because something you and I've talked a lot about recently is like you cannot force anyone to change. And if you do, like if you're the reason someone changes, then what happens when you go away? Like what happened? Like that's not a stable thing, and you don't want someone to change for you because they need to be able to change on their own. And if you force that, no one's going to be happy. They're going to resent you eventually, or it's not going to be worth it, and they'll revert back to the way that they are.
It's not really like working on themselves if they do it out of pressure. Or, like,
right. They have to want it for themselves. They have to want that from themselves. Otherwise, it's not going to stick. But for like my long con, it was always this game of like pretending to want less, acting like I didn't care, and being like, I'm the chill, cool girl, when like, in fact, I am nothing of the sort. And it was fine when I was in college because like I had plenty of time to waste. Like I wasn't seriously looking for a relationship. So it was just more fun for me to be at the time like, oh my God, yeah, like I don't mind if you go home with her because like I'm going to be the one that you end up going home with forever. You know, like that kind of crazy shit. Or like, oh, I'm available whenever, and also like filling the role of like the manic pixie dream girl of being like, I can open your eyes to like this whole new wondrous world that like you're closed off to. And that's fun if you're not seriously into this person, but if you're really, really into this person, it's not going to be a fun time to like make yourself less and make yourself into like a cookie cutter version of what they want you to be, because then you're not being it's like either they're making exceptions or you are. You shouldn't have to make like exceptions in relationships.
Totally morphing themselves into the whatever their partner is like projecting onto them.
Right.
The being available anytime, I'm so guilty of that. That's like the biggest thing I would say. I would like in college cancel plans to go have sex or like not go out because this guy wanted to fuck
Finally,
me.
it was like, oh my God, I'm ready for you, and you were like, I've been waiting.
Or I'm like so fucking tired. I've already been home, like stuffed all the food in my face, and they're like, want to fuck, and I'm like,
You were like,
okay,
no, I'm so full, but yes.
I'm like, I just have to like need like half an hour just
like
to
I just
fart,
put a
poop.
million things in my body. What's one more?
I just threw up. I'm fine. Yeah,
right.
my gag reflex is really good right now.
Yeah, like I'm ready for you. But yeah, a lot of our followers were basically just like, this is a bad idea. Like we should not be encouraging this. So I want to say I'm proud of all of our followers.
Yeah, it was listeners. A test and you passed.
Yeah, but to this girl, don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, babes. Like, find a new guy who just wants to be with you. Yeah. Who you don't have to trick into being with you.
Yeah.
Like, what a concept. Like, at a base level, you asking, how do I get...
I tricked you.
Right, like, if your question is, like, how do I change someone so that I'm the person they want to be with? No.
And you also can't cure a boy, you know?
Yeah.
The only boy you should be raising is a male kitten or puppy or any other sort of pet.
Or your son if you have one.
Yeah, or your son if
or
you
that.
have one. But I was saying under the context of a single person. Who
like it's not your job to make a boy into a man.
Yeah.
Certainly if you're already a woman. Like you can grow together, you know what I mean?
It's not our job.